me when Lizzie reminds me of something I've forgotten. Oh yeah, we're talking about Sonic. There you go. See, it can be that easy.
Okay. Well, welcome to The Lore You Know, a podcast where some friends dive into the fantastical and often convoluted lore of the media that we grew up with and love. And here to bring you the mostly correct facts about made-up things this week are me, Fran.
Me, Ethan.
And I'm CJ, and I've got some splaining to do. Sorry, we forgot to record a podcast for 6 months.
I don't know if we forgot. We discussed it.
We've been doing stuff, okay?
We've thought about it.
A lot of video games came out. The problem with doing like video games and movies and stuff for your podcast is you gotta go play and watch video game stuff and have a job. That's crazy.
The job part's really what kind of gets in the way.
You gotta enjoy them enough to want to talk about them, and I feel nothing any longer.
we love it.
That is the other struggle of the millennial generation is the decaying of our own soul of enjoyment of any activity.
Yeah, we've got it the hardest.
Yeah, no one has it harder than us, except maybe a little blue hedgehog. That's right. Speaking of friendship and not being a downer about it, we're back because we got a listener request to do Sonic the Hedgehog. So thanks, Lucky Dagnet. Lucky Dagnet. Let's go with that. You requested Sonic. So I'm gonna tell you, we're just gonna kind of explore the space because there's a lot of Sonic out there. There's a lot of fan stuff mixed with regular stuff, and it's difficult to tell apart because the real stuff is
the canon.
It's really weird.
Yeah, the real stuff is like as cringe as most of the fake stuff, which is quite a feat. Like that's something. It's an amazing series.
Just to give context, I am a naive person always,
sure.
And so all I know about Sonic over the years is he's got to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I've like picked up through random rambles and rants from CJ mostly.
Yes.
Over the years.
Trying to get you to understand.
Went to the Olympic Games with Mario.
Right. And he didn't crush it, which is crazy. Like,
yeah,
he's the fastest thing alive. It's right there in the song.
But
when I was watching G4 a lot, Sonic has not Sonic. Shadow is a hedgehog that has guns.
Yep.
In the Sonic universe, that was a big deal.
Yeah,
it still is.
Also know
that's about what I got.
You know,
there's Lego sets.
You know every single thing about the comic book series, though, right? As an episode of your favorite podcast went over in great detail.
The first 20 editions of a 200 edition comic series.
Let me tell you,
of which there exist several.
I forget the stuff that I hosted. I was in the car with Matt the other day, and I was like,
you just popped
it's
on
getting
a
real
little
foggy.
episode of
Very Silent Hill. If only we did. Yeah, that's a good topic that we should do. So we get into the lore of Silent Hill. I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Didn't I host that? And I did host it. Turns out.
You actually did all of the talking on that one.
I did all of that one. So
do you guys ever do a long car ride and pop on an episode of one of our podcasts, or is that just me to my beautiful wife? Where I'm like, hey babe, let's pop on one of the classics. Let's do Yu-Gi-Oh!
Babe, you're gonna love this one.
Oh, you just threw that on at D&D the other week.
Can we listen to Digimon again? I love that one.
All right.
Yes.
If you force me. All right.
Let's get into Sonic the Hedgehog. But before we begin, I thought I'd break the ice a little bit because I know how much you guys like to play little games.
I do love games.
So I just have a quick little game. We're not gonna do a lot of it. But I'm gonna name 4 characters. And I want you
I
to
feel
tell
like
me.
Ethan's gonna have a distinct advantage.
I want you to tell me
God,
which of
I'm
these
afraid
which
not.
of these characters are real Sonic the Hedgehog characters, and which one did I just completely make up for this game? All right.
Okay.
Are you
Okay, all
ready?
right.
Sure.
Okay. Starting off, we have Storm the Albatross.
Okay.
We have Ray the Flying Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
We have Fang the Sniper. And we have Mighty the Armadillo.
I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where we say it's a trick question. All of them are real.
No,
Okay.
Fran.
Fran's going with trick question as the answer. Pretty bold.
I happen to know that at least one of these is fake because this is from my fan fiction that CJ read.
Wow.
Fran, you can guess for extra points. Guess which one is my fan fiction character.
Something with the flying squirrel because
God damn it.
Squirrel
All
Lady
right,
in Marvel
well,
Rivals is sexy now.
Well, I made this before that was cool, Fran. So I was really breaking ground.
All right. Fran is correct. They're all real, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
What was the albatross?
Storm the Albatross.
Storm.
He's from the hoverboard racing game. Another game where, listen, okay, Sonic's in a bunch of racing games. Just run, my dude.
Because he's got to go fast, though.
You're going way slower than if you just ran, but whatever.
That's how he makes
He's trying to even the playing field.
That's how he makes it fair. Yeah, Storm the Albatross, Jet the Hawk, and Wave the Swallow are 3 OG characters from
Wave the Swallow.
from those.
I can't wait to
Sonic
look up these
racing
characters.
games. Yeah,
so I can see what they look like.
They all. So I will say, all of the Sonic characters are very. They're designed cohesively, right? Like they all look like they're Sonic characters.
Yeah,
which is why
they do seem to have a very clear design vision.
Right. Well, and that's why a lot of the like fan characters people make are so close, like accurate to that, because it's a pretty easy,
it's very
easy
distinct.
thing to capture. So let's go back to 1991. We have
how old I am.
Yeah. You're 1,991
Yep.
years old. We have Sony, and they are trying to compete with Nintendo, and Nintendo's got their fun little man, and they're like, we need a mascot. We need a thing that's gonna sell consoles. Yeah. Or yeah, Sega. Sorry. It was on Sony for a while.
Yes.
Listen, Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of the like vagabond of the.
He's been acquired a couple times.
No, it's always been
moved.
Sega. It's just that Sega used to have consoles. There's the Sega Game Gear,
there's like the Dreamcast,
Sega Genesis,
Saturn.
the Dreamcast.
Yeah, so he's always belonged to Sega, but Sega has hoarded him out all over the place.
Oh yeah,
not hoard. He goes to hang out with other people and see what
sociable.
See what they're.
He's very sociable hedgehog.
The original Sonic game is very straightforward. You're a little guy and you got to go right, and stuff's in your way. The actual
you collect rings.
You collect rings. There are power rings. We talked about this in the previous Sonic episode, but they give you strength. Even one single ring makes you immortal, I think. So the fact that you collect a bunch of them, it means that he's just greedy.
Well, if you get 100, you teleport into a 3D realm and you play a little mini game.
Sometimes, yes. And also sometimes you turn into Supersonic, but we'll get to that. And so the main antagonist is obviously Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, as Sonic calls him very meanly, true body shaming. Sonic might be cool, but he's kind of a dick. He's very mean.
It's a very 90s vibes
that's
from
it.
This is of the era.
It definitely is of the era. So Dr. Robotnik is trying to take over the world. How's he going to do that? He's going to take animals, little creatures of the land, and he's going to use them to power robots called badniks. And the badniks are the main enemies of the game, and if you destroy them, a little animal pops out because Robotnik uses the creatures of the forest to power them somehow with their life force, or maybe it's like a hamster wheel thing or something.
It's something, but like, to be clear, most of the badniks that he is powering are just slightly larger creatures of the forest with spikes on them.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's up to Sonic as the fastest thing alive to save all of the creatures and to defeat Robotnik. In some of the later games, we are introduced to some more characters. As you, I'm sure, are aware, there is Tails, who is a fox who can fly. And then in Sonic Adventure 2, we are introduced to Knuckles. Or sorry, not Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Not yet.
Yeah, we'll get
All right. So I'm trying to remember color palettes. Okay, so Sonic is blue.
Yes.
Tails is orange.
Yeah, or yellow.
Yellowish orange, and Knuckles is the red one.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And what happens is after Robotnik's attempts to take over the world with this sort of creature stealing plot, whatever he's doing doesn't work, he decides to aim a little higher by stealing the Chaos Emerald, which is a powerful ancient gemstone that is just kind of a MacGuffin in all of the games. You might know it from the movie. The one with Jim Carrey. Oh, that was the other thing. We were gonna release this closer to when the third movie came out. But we didn't. We got lazy. And also, it doesn't matter. It'll come back around because now we're releasing this around the time of the Sonic /DC crossover event that I know you're all very excited for.
What?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I sorry, I buried the lead on that one. Sonic Team and the DC universe are having a crossover event. Where all of the Sonic characters are going to hang out with DC characters, and so we've already got a few shots.
Who wanted that?
Because
who asked for
as
that?
we discussed,
I asked for that, Ethan.
Who? What? I'm just like, I know that there's a lot of Sonic fans, and I'm sure that there are plenty of DC fans, but who out there was just like, oh, what would make Batman even cooler is if he hang out with Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's right, he does hang out with Shadow the Hedgehog.
What it isn't Sonic and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman the perfect pairing?
Yes, it is. All right. I mean, I'm on board.
Why?
Because Sonic loved the actual human ladies. This is canon.
I guess that's true. That is canon. We'll get to that too.
That's on the list.
Weirdly, Superman. Okay, so Superman kind of teams up with Knuckles, I guess, because they both punch things.
Imagine that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sonic and the Flash. That one makes sense. Amy Rose, who's like pines after Sonic. She's with Wonder Woman because they're both girls.
Yep.
Ethan is correct. Shadow and Batman hang out.
Of course. And I'm sure Storm the Albatross hangs out with Robin.
No, friend. They only do that when they're racing. Tails hangs out with Cyborg because they're both like tech guys. Sure. And it's actually Silver the
Hedgehog. Yep.
Yeah, Silver the Hedgehog hangs out with the Green Lantern because they're both like psychics, I guess. It's awesome.
Oh my god, dude!
It rules. If you haven't heard about that, you're welcome. Enjoy that.
Are you able to show images on the screen for our viewers just so they can get?
No, they'll
do
have to
more
search
work, CJ.
It's an audio medium, friend. They'll figure it out.
But
but that's happening right now, so I hope you'll enjoy that.
In what like is it like
for
animated shorts or is it just
no, it's
illustrations?
Comics.
Oh, it's comics. Okay.
Comic books. DC Comics, Fran. I know in this day and age, you're just like, but all of my favorite comic book characters are on the big silver screen. I go out every week
TikTok.
to see if there's a new one. Or on TikTok, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's on TikTok too.
There's probably an AI voice reading through it, I'm sure.
Did you know that Sonic actually races against the Flash, and the Flash seems to lose for a moment until Sonic falls behind because he spots a chili dog in the distance.
Oh God. Spoilers for the plot of that particular comic issue. Yeah. Sorry for not putting that ahead of time.
Obviously, there's spoilers. Every single one of our episodes is spoilers. We talk about the plots of stuff.
No, okay. but we're not spoiling the DC Sonic crossover.
No,
that's fresh.
No.
That's for you to explore and love.
That's too soon.
This is what I was saying about this episode. We're just kind of exploring the Sonic space. There's too much to go linearly. We're just seeing what's out there right now. Okay.
I definitely did not realize Tails was masculine. Tails is masculine. I thought Tails was.
Oh yeah, he's like 4 years old though, so he has like he's got like a little.
Is Amy? Am I getting Amy and Tails mixed up?
Amy's the girl one. She's pink.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
She likes Sonic, but Sonic doesn't like her because liking girls is lame.
Oh, right. Yeah. I definitely thought Tails was Amy in my mind.
No. Okay. Tails is like the little brother character who, as our society has crumbled, has become the sexual icon to go with Sonic. Because CJ's
if anything, Sonic and Shadow are sort of the canon ship.
No, the number one ship has to be Sonic and Tails.
I don't think so. I think Tails is too good for Sonic. Anyway, again, this has been debated to death already on the internet. We're not here to do fan theory stuff, which is hard on this one. It's tough. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of kissing. Not a lot of heterosexual kissing. But in fairness, not a lot of girls in the series. Really just one or two. Yeah. There's Cream, the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
People like that one. She's a girl.
Who are the main ones that are introduced in like the main canon storylines, I guess?
Yeah, all right.
Like we talked about Albatross and the Swallows and such. But
yeah, let's get into it.
But you say they're only in the racing, so I presume they aren't like
You're
like the pillar characters.
You're so right, Fran. You're always keeping us on track. And we will actually determine who are the fundamental characters of the Sonic universe by seeing who Team Sonic deems it worthy enough to put in a game that's basically completely unrelated to anything else.
Okay.
Okay. Like Sonic, like Shadow.
Yeah.
Had,
so
like,
Sonic is obvious.
I
mean, Sonic, obviously, is the protagonist, the main character, Fast Thing Lights.
Yes.
Tails, always with his bro, ever since he was introduced. Knuckles
so he is actually Sonic's brother.
No,
he's his bro. It's very different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're different species, Fran. They're not biological brothers.
They
but
could be
they're
like
brothers in
through
arms.
marriage, step brothers.
Yeah, probably Sonic's dad, Maurice the Hedgehog, which I think is actually correct.
Yeah, that sounds right, doesn't it?
Let me just double check. I don't want to spread
Sure that wasn't
misinformation.
Fuck, now I can't remember Sonic's name, but it's really bad.
No, Maurice
Sonic's not his real name?
Maurice is Sonic's middle name. I'm sorry. Maurice was Sonic's grandfather. Damn it. Damn it!
What is Sonic's name?
Wait, so is Sonic his God-given name on his birth certificate, or is that a nickname?
So, no, it is his name. His name is Sonic.
Okay.
The thing is...
Sonic Maurice something.
People do this
Hedgehog?
thing. Again, we're here to promote media literacy on this channel. Sometimes, because Sonic has so many iterations, sometimes they'll do like a joke or they'll like throw a thing in and people will be like, this is the canon forever. So in one of the comics, Sonic is like, Speed is my middle name. And then they're like, really? And he's like, no, it's Maurice. So like, is that canon? I mean, technically
I'd say,
he said it, but like, it's kind
doesn't
of
matter
joke.
if it was a throwaway line, but
technically his full name is Ogilvy Maurice Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So not Sonic.
Well, no, because also Tails' name is not Tails. They all have like street names that
that's his street name.
Yeah, Sonic is his street name. Tails is his street name.
You don't have to cover that, Fran. You could laugh. It's all right.
His name is Miles Prower. Get it?
Okay.
Again, this is all.
Yes,
Well, we can't rehash all the old stuff, Brian. We went through all of this stuff in great detail already. We cannot rehash miles per hour.
We don't have to. I got it, and we don't have to. You don't have to linger.
That being said, Knuckles, his Christian given name. But he's like from a tribe of echidnas where they all are named different than everyone else.
Because as we know, echidna are a tribal species.
Mm-hmm.
They are here. Robotnik, he's going around. He's causing mischief. He's trying to steal the Chaos Emerald. Knuckles is the protector of the Chaos Emerald. And so he... Robotnik tricks him. This is also paralleled in the movie. This is all like plot from the game, where Robotnik steals the Chaos Emerald. He tricks Knuckles into thinking Sonic was responsible, so that those two will fight, while he uses the Chaos Emerald to power his bigger and badder Badnik machines, which range in size from a big mech to a planetary scale Death Star laser. We'll get to that
one.
We'll get to that one later. But basically, the stuff that happens in the movie, like I said, it's all kind of cribbed from the games. Eventually, Knuckles and Sonic realize that their mutual enemy is Robotnik. They team up, and so ever since then, the three of them have been inseparable best buddies as the Musketeers against the forces of evil.
Okay, so they're like the main trio.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the 2D games. Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. There's some spin-off games. There's Knuckles Chaotix, which is where a lot of the tertiary characters are introduced. There's Charmy the Bee. There's Espio the Chameleon. I'm literally not reading these, by the way. I'm just like off the dome.
Those, yeah.
Who else is there? There's the Crocodile. Vex, I think is his name.
Right.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So we get introduced to some of these. These tend to be further going on in the canon. These are the guys that like Knuckles hangs out with. They're like his buddies. Whereas
they're like when Knuckles is tired of being like the sad loser of the group, he goes to his sad loser friends, and he's the cool one there.
This is also where Mighty the Armadillo, mentioned early, comes from. Although Mighty the Armadillo does not show up in a lot of the future games.
For some reason.
There's also Tails Adventure. Tails goes off and does his own thing. And then there's all the Sonic Advance games, but they're all kind of revolve around the same thing. So we have the Chaos Emerald, and then on top of that now we also have we went from just the Master Emerald, which is what they call it now. Before it was just the like singular Chaos Emerald, this like big green gemstone. That became known as the Master Emerald. Okay. And then the Chaos Emeralds are 7 smaller emeralds that in the movie, if you, I guess, smush all the other emeralds together, it becomes the Master Emerald. That's not how it works in the game. The Master Emerald controls the power of the Chaos Emeralds. And if you collect all the Chaos Emeralds, then you can go Super Saiyan literally exactly like how they do in Dragon Ball Z. It's just a straight 1-for-1 Dragon Ball Z. You get the 7 Chaos Emeralds like Dragon Balls. It turns you into a super version of yourself. Okay.
So the movie version of Sonic has made it more of a Sheik on Jewel situation.
Yeah.
Inuyasha reference for those.
Well, they also
that's my frame of reference. Whereas the actual games are like more Dragon Ball, which makes sense because of when it was released.
Well, and Knuckles does have the ability to. It's a echidna tribal ability to be able to reform the Master Emerald from pieces of the Master Emerald. So in the movies, they made the pieces of the Master Emerald
the Chaos Emeralds.
The Chaos Emeralds, because when they break because they had the Master Emerald, they shattered the Master Emerald, it turned into Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, I
So
mean, even as you're explaining this, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense from a readability stage that they
Yeah.
did that.
sure,
Yeah.
instead of
I
having the
understand the changes for the movie.
right. So, but in the
But
games,
that's not canon.
you collect 100 rings, you go to a secret stage where you can get a Chaos Emerald. And if you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, then you can become Super Sonic or Super Knuckles, or I think it's Hyper Tails is technically his name. I don't know why he gets a different one. Because again, the pun only works with Sonic because it's Super Sonic.
Yeah.
That's kind of the basis. Those are the elements that are going to be at play. There's always Dr. Robotnik. He's always trying to take over the world with some sort of harebrained scheme. He's always trying to get the Chaos Emeralds or the Master Emerald. Knuckles is supposed to be protecting the Master Emerald, and Sonic and Tails just kind of hang out. And if there's bad times afoot, then they will try to help out best they can.
So I do have a question about Dr. Robotnik
Yeah.
and his motivations. Is this just a good classic I'm an evil character who desires power, campy bad guy, or is there like some sort of sordid backstory that makes him sympathetic?
Robotnik is like a 3rd generation scientist at least. We'll get more into his grandfather when we talk about Sonic Adventure 2.
Delightful.
But for the most part, it seems like he's just an evil guy. He doesn't seem to have a specific like reason other than he wants to take over the world. I will say a lot of his like takeover plots are to like destroy land so that he can like build a theme park on it. So he's like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Okay,
but
see,
but
we're missing a lot of this type of villain these days.
I agree. Yeah, just someone
I
that you
feel like media's gotten too complicated.
I mean,
conditioning the audience to sympathize with the antagonist too much.
Right. He's kind of like he's changed over time as well too. It's like he was cartoony for a while, and then in the early 2000s they started making him like more edgy and serious, and it was very weird. And then they went like back down to like goofier than ever.
Let's just stick with the camp version. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna throw this out there, and I don't want to spend too much time on it because we could spend a lot of time on it. But if you recall from the comics, the world that Sonic lives on is called Mobius, and it's only animal characters like Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails the Fox, like that kind of stuff. In the Sonic games, there are real human people, regular humans, and the explanation for that is that they are mutants. So the humans only exist because of a mutation that makes them not animal people. So this is not the Mobius from the comics, but it is, I think, technically. So like Robotnik is like a mutated guy, but he is still just a guy. To us, he would be a normal man, but to Sonic, he's a crazy other thing. Okay? Cool.
Can you imagine like the fucking, I don't know, the echidna and the albatross are married and they are having a baby and they're like, oh, I wonder how he's gonna come out, and it's just a human child.
I don't think they cross over like that, but yeah, that would be really scary.
That, CJ, that would mess with a lot of people's fan fictions and beliefs.
That would basically like solidify a bunch of them as actual. I was gonna
say, isn't this one of your particular series in?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I know that they could cross reproduce, because my story comes from the heart.
Okay, so the 2D ones are pretty sparse for story, as you might imagine, because they're mostly just platformers. There are the advanced ones, which people like also, but again, same kind of thing. It either is like emeralds or magical rings or whatever. Robotnik's trying to get them so he can take over the world.
Okay.
Let's
now handle those.
Let's now move into the third dimension, because that's how we separate Sonic games. There's 2D Sonic and then there's 3D Sonic. And 3D Sonic talks. I forgot to mention that. Old Sonic, apart from in the comics, is mute. He doesn't say anything. new 3D Sonic, he's too cool for school. He's got to go fast. Yeah. Chili dogs. He needs to do all these things because now they exist in 3-dimensional space. And I gotta say, pretty good conversion. Like Mario did good from 2D to 3D. Sonic also pretty good 2D from 3D.
On
3D from 2D.
equal levels, I would say. As good, for sure.
I agree. Timmy Turner, not very good.
No.
Timmy
No.
Power Hour going from 2D
not.
to 3D, not so great. Okay.
No.
So now we have 3D Sonic in his first appearance, Sonic Adventure. They not only did they change Sonic from 2D to 3D, but they also added in RPG story elements to the game.
Right.
So it's not just about running fast. Now, sometimes you talk to people and travel around, which is only expanded upon in its sequel, Sonic Adventure 2. Which, let's talk a little about Sonic Adventure. Because this is where we actually start to get some like real, honest to God lore about Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm excited.
It's so weird
to learn about his grandpa Maurice.
It's not that weird. So, first off, let's go several thousands of years ago.
Great.
Again, we have the Master Emerald. And in ancient times, the Master Emerald, also known as the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds, are guarded by a mysterious race of beings known as the Chow. The Chow are kind of these helpless little dumpling creatures.
Oh, no.
They're very cute. People like them. You basically treat them like pets. But they have I was gonna say they have no evil within them, but you can actually put evil into them, and then they'll turn into evil Chow.
Which
so
is
they're
very cute. It's so cute.
They are very cute.
So they're kind of just this like empty vessel. They're just hanging around, protecting the Chaos Emeralds. And among the Chow is a specific Chow. I guess he is a Chow, but he's known as Chaos, which is spelled exactly the same. Just so we're clear, the Chow is spelled Chaos, and Chaos also Chos.
I'm sure there's some very clever like Japanese kanji that is going on here that we just are missing out on.
Surely there must be.
Probably not.
Probably not. So
probably just katakana, but
we now go to the ancient clan of the Echidna. Remember, I said sort of tribalistic in tune. Their tribal leader decided that in order to gain more power, they were going to take the Master Emerald for themselves and usurp the Chow and Chaos, who is like Chaos is kind of like an ancient water demon who just is like interlinked with the Chaos Emerald. So he kind of just works on instinct. But Chaos doesn't like this. He's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's not real cool of the Echidnas to try and steal another like indigenous people's tribes like artifacts.
So I wanna be really clear that if something doesn't make sense, I'm trying my best, but there's really not a lot to go off of. So as far as I can tell, according to the ancient tomes, when the Echidna clan attacked Chaos to take the Master Emerald, it made Chaos go crazy. And so now not only was Chaos trying to defend the Master Emerald, but he went on a monstrous rampage to destroy the whole world. So the Echidna clan locked Chaos inside of the Master Emerald, using the Master Emerald's power, and also locked within Tikal, one of the Echidna priestesses. So she locked herself and Chaos into the Master Emerald to stop his murderous rampage that, again, I'm pretty sure the Echidnas started.
Yeah, I'm sad to say they caused this problem.
Yeah,
and
no,
then,
I'm thinking this is very like Breath of the Wild.
Sure. Yeah, it's 1-to-1.
Tikal is very much that Zelda thing of like, oh, I will have to pray and learn to protect the spirit of this realm.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I sure hope a blue hedgehog comes to save me.
So then you'll have to wait like several thousands of years. So which Zelda also does. So the echidnas then take ownership of the Master Emerald, and then they decide that they need to be the protectorate of the Master Emerald. I guess now they're the good guys. Hey, history is written by the victors.
Yeah.
So now it is the echidna's job to protect the Master Emerald generation after generation. Now we get to Knuckles, who is the last echidna. He's got to repopulate the line, or they're all going to be gone.
But according to CJ, he can't because he can't find another.
He can't crossbreed.
I mean, he definitely bangs Rouge the Bat. Everybody knows that.
No, Shadow loves Rouge the Bat.
Shadow doesn't love anyone but Sonic. He's the only one who can match him. Okay. Also, the Master Emerald makes the area around it float, and that's what Angel Island is. That happens too.
Okay.
Angel Island is just like a thing.
Okay.
Angel Island is where the Master Emerald is.
I still haven't gotten over that the echidnas just like made this problem. But
yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Fran. Sometimes stuff happens. It was the ancient past. What are you supposed to do? Okay, so modern time.
Wait, are Chow still around, or did all the Chow die also?
No, Chow are everywhere. People love them.
Okay, great. They're adorable.
Yeah.
Good.
You can raise them. They come out of eggs. You raise them in the garden. They're basically a Tamagotchi.
Delightful.
Okay. Now, modern time. Humans exist now. Also,
but they're weird mutants of the animals.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because they built regular cities, like normal cities. So there's like normal human civilization, and also there's all this like echidna and fucking Sonic and all that bullshit running around, and they're all fine with it. They're like, okay, this is just part of our world.
We coexist peacefully.
Yes. Sure. I mean, Eggman's kind of a dick, but whatever. Okay, so
mostly peacefully.
Chaos has returned, and he's causing a havoc in downtown. Whatever the fuck the city's name, it has an actual name. Station Square. Sure, whatever.
It's nothing.
Who cares? And so who comes to save the day but one Sonic T Hedgehog? That's right.
I thought it was Sonic M Hedgehog.
Sonic is there, and he says, "Hey, stop that! Yeah, hey, yeah." And so he fights Chaos, and he's like, "Well, that was weird. Whatever." So the game follows this plot of Eggman released Chaos by stealing the Master Emerald, like he always does, and releasing Chaos, and he decides that he can strengthen Chaos by infusing him with the power of the Chaos Emeralds. Makes sense. And then he'll somehow, he doesn't know exactly how, I think, but he's going to use the Master Emerald then to control Chaos. A sort of chaos control.
Yes, all right. Yeah. I was going to say it, but yeah.
And then he's going to do that to destroy the world so that he can take over the world. But then it's destroyed. But again, I think he just wants to like build Eggman land.
I don't think there was a lot of forethought in the plan, and then that's okay. Once again, can't be villains.
You know how Dr. Doom has his own like country with like laws and like all that kind of stuff? We'll see it in the new Dr. Doom movie or whatever, I'm sure. But
isn't that where Justin's from?
Yes, exactly. But I think Eggman's trying to just like do the Dr. Doom thing. They're both doctors. So anyway, basically the whole plot is just Eggman pretty easily snatching the Chaos Emeralds from everybody and empowering Chaos. But this game is unique in that you get to play from the perspective of a bunch of different characters. You get to play Sonic's timeline, and all of the stories interact because it's like the same story, but you're playing it from everyone's perspective.
That's cool. That's actually a pretty cool thing.
So there's Sonic's story, there's Tails' story where Tails builds a mech, and Tails learns how to power a bunch of his stuff with the Chaos Emeralds, which is crazy.
That's cool.
There's Knuckles' story where Knuckles is trying to find the fragments of the Master Emerald because, again, Robotnik shattered the Master Emerald to release chaos at the beginning. So he's trying to reassemble the Master Emerald because he wants to contain chaos. Robotnik is empowering chaos with the power of the Chaos Emeralds, and it's up to Sonic and his friends to stop it. Sonic's friends are Tails, the guy who's really good at machines. He's got a mind for machines. He's sort of the Donatello of the group. There's Knuckles. He's the strong one. He punches things. He's just trying to find the Chaos Emeralds. He is seduced like the Buddha by a beautiful bat woman who's also trying to steal the Chaos Emerald shards. That's Rouge the Bat.
Okay, so the women in this series are villainous.
I can't remember if Rouge
no,
the Bat...
they're all thirsty.
I can't remember. Well, Rouge is like a cat burglar.
I thought she came in.
Was she in the second one? No,
okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't think she's in this one.
But Knuckles is there. He's punching. That's his thing. We have Amy Rose. She's a friend to animals. She wields a big hammer. Who's got 3 spikes of hair and wields a big hammer? It's Amy Rose, of course. A reference for a thing that I'm sure one person in the world will get, and they'll really enjoy that I just did that. And she likes Sonic. She's all about Sonic. She's chasing him around, but he's the fastest thing alive. So, commitment, Sonic can outrun that. Easy peasy. In the books and some of the other media, Amy is like a kid, closer to like how Tails is coded, and then she's more of like a fangirl to Sonic than like a romantic love interest thing. Because in the comics, Sonic and Sally Acorn, who's a squirrel, kind of have a thing. But in the 3D world, the 3D game world of Sonic, Amy is trying to hound down Sonic to get him to marry her.
And is an adult.
And is the
I think I prefer the fangirl telling of it, but it doesn't make it any better.
That's just a parasocial relationship, friend. That's no good.
Yeah.
God, I wish I had a parasocial relationship.
I don't want a parasocial relationship.
Don't form a parasocial relationship with Fran. Form a parasocial relationship with me.
CJ's ego needs it.
Exactly.
Needs to be fed. My ego is healthier.
Speaking of egos that need to be fed, Robotnik, in his attempts to capture the Chaos Emeralds, also creates several android robots. They all have Greek alphabet names. So there's like Alpha, Beta, Delta, those kinds. In this game, one of those robots gains sentience and befriends Amy Rose because she teaches him the goodness of life, I suppose.
Okay.
And so he is known as Gamma. He's the Gamma robot. He shows up in a couple games, as does another robot who's the same kind as him, who's called Omega. So every once in a while, one of Robotnik's robots will become good randomly.
Are the robots still powered by woodland creatures?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. I wasn't gonna talk about it yet, but like
I don't think so.
Yes, see, what are you talking about? That's the whole thing of Gamma's story, is he's like, I must free my brothers from their servitude, but that basically involves him killing the robots so that he can free the little animals inside, and he's like, I don't know which one is really my brother, if it's the soul within, or if it's the robot without, but I'll kill them all anyway.
I don't know.
A compelling story.
I don't know if any of that's in the media.
You didn't do your research, and then at the end he self-destructs, but his little bird
exploding, Beta gathered up one last ounce of strength and suddenly blasted Gamma at point-blank range, severely damaging him. As Gamma limped away from the battlefield, the bird that was inside Beta flew up close and stirred one final memory in Gamma of a family of birds together. Okay, so I guess all of the robots.
Oh, they're all from the same flock?
Okay, all of the all of the robots.
Oh
no. No, they fly away free together, Fran. They reunite
good.
as birds. They're called flickies.
Good. Great.
It's
Good job, Gamma.
It's an existential crisis. It's
Wow. Not an ounce of fat on this story. It all gets ground up into sausage.
It's delightful.
Yeah.
It gets made into a brat to make you stronger.
It does, to make you stronger. Wow. We have a lot to learn from Sonic Team.
Wow.
So yes, I guess they learn about the power of life and love because they are powered by birds inside of them.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
Amy Rose is friend to animals,
help
and so
unlock
she's
that.
yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes. Well,
great.
Good job, Amy.
Good job. So
Helping
that's the kind
of
of stuff. Yeah,
to reunite.
Amy has a flicky with her. That's like her little companion.
Delightful.
So she reunites this bird family.
I love it.
Great.
Great.
There's another.
She shot up the list of
There's one more. Ethan knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were just gonna ignore him entirely.
Of course not. He's very important to the story. His name's Big the Cat. He's
I feel like I'm aware of Big the Cat.
He's in all the games for some reason. He's just like
so many of the games after that.
He's a big lumbering kind of Cheshire cat looking guy.
Oh yeah. I know this cat. Yep.
His gameplay is just fishing mini games, which you know me, love me a good fishing mini game.
Yes.
This is
this
not
where your love of fishing mini games came from?
No, this is one of actually. If I had one of these days, I'm gonna do like a tier list of fishing mini games. This one has to be the low end of fishing mini games as far as it's. Like, if you know what to do, it's not so bad. But yeah, it's like it's very annoying.
But yeah, it's a wild thing to like. You do not know that that's coming when you're playing this game because like each character that you play as has like a different play style. You know, like Sonic's is very you run fast and go through things. Gamma the robot has like homing missiles that he shoots out. And it's more of like a shooting gallery kind of thing. And then suddenly they're like, you're doing a fishing game now as a gigantic cat creature who keeps losing his best friend, Froggy.
It is, right.
No.
It is.
Froggy.
It's okay, you'll fish him out.
I will say it is a strength of Japanese RPGs that they add a lot of variety into the gameplay. They're like, people want to play a bunch of different things.
Sometimes we just want to fish.
So, like I said, this has RPG elements. They're turning Sonic into a world, and so they're like, what do we need? Fishing minigame. Who's gonna do it?
Yep.
Big the Cat.
Love it.
Anyway, this all turns out to be important because Froggy, Big the Cat's best friend, who is just a regular frog, accidentally swallowed a Chaos Emerald at one point.
Oh shit!
Is roughly the same size as him.
My.
And so a bunch of people are also after this frog. But Big the Cat is again sort of oblivious to all the like greater goings on, and he's just trying to get his buddy every time. So whatever, he's there too. I don't mind him. I think he's all right.
Did they extract the emerald out of the frog without harming the frog?
Yeah, he just goes like and like comes out of it. Because I think like because the Chaos Emeralds are always like floating around and like hovering around things. I think at one point the frog just starts like floating or whatever, and then it's just like, pops out of him.
Classic frog. Yeah.
Anyway, so all of these storylines are mixing together, and they all come to a head when Chaos is empowered by all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds. He turns into Perfect Chaos, who is a large water monster who is flooding the city. He's going to destroy the whole world. Really showing off all of the power of the GameCube at this point.
Sega Dreamcast was when it first came out.
You're right. Yeah. The second one's on the GameCube. This actually is this game. This is known as the game that sold the Dreamcast because it had all of these impressive water physics and like 3D models.
Was this one of the first ones on CD?
The Dreamcast uses CD.
The Dreamcast
Sega CD also had a CD, but
so there was Sega CD before this, but the Dreamcast was Sega's like only foray into that 3D game space before it, crashed and burned. Because,
so like
remember... CJ said, this was the best that they have on offer.
Well, so like remember in our Final Fantasy episode, we talked about how the cutscenes in Final Fantasy were all like really cool, because they're all like pre-rendered and they had all these like all the characters were like really anime and cool and style. But then the actual gameplay was like all a bunch of blocks and stuff. But this achieved. I mean, they still had pre-rendered cutscenes that were still like really fancy or whatever. But this achieved a gameplay as well that people thought was really impressive. A lot of the like levels as you're running through them are really dynamic and things are like exploding. And specifically, there's one scene with a whale that's like chasing after Sonic, like an orca whale. It's like destroying the pier as it goes. And people say that that's the scene that sold the Dreamcast, because it like was so impressive at the time for how it looked.
Right.
And it was it was like gameplay.
Didn't sell very many Dreamcasts, but the Dreamcast that did sell
kept the dream alive.
Solidified its like importance in video game console history.
And I mean, it's impossible to say that Sonic isn't influential in video games still to this day. I mean,
we're talking Dreamcast here, not like Sonic himself.
Right. So like even though Sonic's kind of been deplatformed as it was, he still enjoys plenty of adoration. Obviously, I mean, the DC universe is crossing over.
Oh my god.
Not since Batman met the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have we had such an event.
It's so wild.
Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway,
can't wait for Sonic to be added to Fortnite.
So Perfect Chaos is rampaging. Tikal manifests. She's been like communicating with everyone through flashbacks throughout the game. She like manifests and she's like, Sonic, you're so cool and epic. Use the power of the Chaos Emeralds against Chaos. And he's like, what? How do I do that? And it's like, you simple fool. You simply become Super Sonic. And so, yes, Super Sonic shows up and defeats Perfect Chaos. And then Chaos turns back into his like small initial Chaos Zero form or whatever the fuck. And then the Chows all show up and they're like, "Oh, brother!" They don't talk, but they just like crowd around him.
Yeah, like that.
It's implied that Chaos becomes peaceful again, and the Chow have regained their lost brethren, and everything's great. And Sonic saves the day. Thank you, Sonic. That was so nice of you. We'll never forget this. Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic's been arrested? What? By the police? The fucking ice got him? Sonic, this game...
as you said, he's no longer had a home because the Dreamcast was...
He's a vagabond.
This game is radical. First off, Crush 40, amazing. Listen to the Crush 40 soundtrack. It is called Butt Rock.
It is worthy of the title, Butt Rock.
If only because Butt Rock, dude.
I did learn, just for anyone listening that was as confused as I was when she first heard this term, like, I don't know, an hour ago. It is a genre of, like, rock music called Butt Rock.
Let's get into this.
So everyone's clear.
This is going to get wild. And we got to get through some stuff. Oh my god, this is going to suck. Okay. We've unfortunately also entered that territory of games that CJ played as a babbling child and doesn't remember all of it. And also it was his friend Steven that actually had the game. And so I would go to Steven's house and we would play. I would watch him play this game and I would be like, what the fuck is this? I don't even know what this blue blur is. I call that the Kingdom Hearts experience.
Yeah.
But okay. We begin in media res. Sonic has been arrested by the police. They're transporting him with a airplane to a maximum security prison. He's like, no thanks. I'm going to bust out of here. He does so. He uses part of the plane as a surfboard and fucking surfs through.
That is radical.
Very radical. It is radical. It's kind of like San Francisco. I don't know if it has a special name like San Francisco or whatever it is for Big Hero 6. I don't think it's still Square City. I think they're in a different city.
No, but it's probably something terrible like that.
Square Station was destroyed by Chaos in the previous game, as you remember.
They rebuild.
Anyway, turns out Sonic was arrested by a group called the Guardian Units of Nation. Fran, you might have accurately determined that this would be Gun.
Yeah. Hold on.
Gun is trying to capture Sonic because they are like, Sonic, you're arrested for war crimes. That's right. We know all about what you've done. And Sonic's like, I don't know what you're talking about, pigs. You'll never catch me, though. And so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was actually released in a press announcement the other day about, like, a new division of the American government, right?
That's trying to capture Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. And they're like, we just can't get him. He's too fast.
He's just too fast.
When can we get an administration that can capture this goddamn hedgehog? That's what Robotnik would be saying.
I'm too weak to even play this game.
Dude, people these days would elect President Robotnik.
Well, I thought that Robotnik was going to catch Sonic, but now he's just going to the Home Depot and grabbing whoever.
Now he's just cutting my Medicare so that he can build a fucking space laser. Sucks dick. Who could have predicted this? Bernie Sanders like, I knew that Robotnik was up to no good.
We need to take the Chaos Emeralds from the 1%.
The echidnas have proven themselves able to handle the power of the Chaos Emeralds. We should leave it with them. Redistribute the Chaos Emeralds. They should not be in one person's hand. I know this Supersonic says that he is for the people, but how do we know? He has no oversight. Thank you, Bernie Sanders.
So bad.
No, it's really good. Clip that. Oh my god. All right. So Sonic is running away from the fucking fantasy ice, who is named Gun. All right.
He's running from
Is this
Gun,
where Shadow comes in?
This is where Shadow comes. He's not part of Gun. Gun is actually Gun is chasing Shadow. So let's flash back 50 years into the past. There's a military installation in orbit on a satellite.
I need more context. Hold on. We were 1,000 years in the past.
Yeah. This
is
50 years in
the
the
came
past.
Back to normal.
This is like 2 generations ago.
Before Sonic Adventures 1.
Correct. But obviously after
Sonic Adventures 2 is implied to happen relatively contemporaneously.
It's a sequel. Yeah.
But not like a 30-year later sequel or something.
No, I don't think so. I mean, is Sonic an ageless being? Probably, yes, but
probably.
I think canonically he's like 16 or something.
All right, great.
All right. So
this is happening when he's like 18. Good. Keep going. All right. Get the timeline figured out.
I don't think well, it is the United States government, as we'll learn in Shadow the Hedgehog, but they created the organization Gun in order to research military weaponry, obviously, because it's a military force.
It's America.
So they have a facility on a satellite orbiting around the Earth where they are researching. They want to create the perfect life form, the ultimate being.
Yep.
And these are the mutants from the woodland creatures that are in a satellite doing
I think
research.
they're just people nowadays.
People are just people, but their actual origin is
we're just coexisting now.
This is again in 3D Sonic world, humans just exist and they just hang out.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So they want to create the perfect life form. They use the power of the Chaos Emeralds to create a being known as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay.
It's project.
Hold on.
It's a project that the old Dr. Eggman's grandfather was heading. That's Gerald Robotnik. Gerald Robotnik is Ivo Robotnik's grandfather.
Okay.
Ivo is ovi, spelled backwards. Ovi, Latin for egg. Eggman is Ivo. His grandfather is Gerald.
Gerald.
Okay, hold on. Pause. How did the U.S. government get their hands on the Chaos Emeralds?
They're around.
Because
they're just kind of around.
They're just kind of around.
But like, didn't Sonic just use? Okay, so Sonic used them to turn.
This
into
was before.
Supersonic.
This was way
this
before.
is 50 years
this
ago.
Is 50 years ago.
Okay. See,
And
this
Sonic's
is why
only
I
like
have to have
16.
the timelines figured out here. Okay, so
Right.
they were just around, and the
Yes.
U.S. government got their hands on them.
And they were like, "What should we do with this? We should create
We're
some
going to
kind
make
of
the
hedgehog."
perfect being, which is a hedgehog that likes to shoot a gun for guns.
So I don't know why exactly, but Shadow has an ability that is used all the time called Chaos Control, which allows him to use the power of the Chaos Emeralds for himself without actually needing the Chaos Emeralds.
Probably because he's of the Chaos Emeralds or some shit. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't find any specific reason why.
It sounds like if the the U.S. government was using the Chaos Emerald to create Shadow, something about infusing his life force with chaos.
Basically, they were trying to master the power of chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos is like magic in the world, I guess. The Chaos Emeralds allow the user to have a form of chaos control, which makes Sonic supersonic. But Shadow can use chaos control, just chaos controlling. The Master Emerald also has some sort of control over chaos. Obviously, both the creature chaos and the force of chaos, which is like magic, which allows you to do like time magic.
But not the Chows, which are...
The Chow are different, although they do seem to be immune to the power of chaos.
Right.
Chaos, the creature, not the chaos, the power.
Probably both, yeah.
Side thought. I swear to God, CJ, if it turns out our D&D campaign is rooted in this nonsense of 7 Chaos Emeralds because there's 7 elements. And
again,
the void
this is
but chaos.
Yeah,
this is
in bullshit. I swear to fucking God.
Again, Sonic is also just ripping off other stuff. Again, it's mostly a Dragon Ball ripoff to start with.
Okay.
The whole like 7 emeralds are just the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shadow is ripping off JoJo. I think
Shadow's Vegeta.
Is it? But he does like his chaos control thing is just Zawarudo.
Oh, Zawarudo. Yeah, I think you're right. Remember in JoJo Zawarudo? Oh shit, we didn't get that far because we didn't get stands.
Shit.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
that's right.
no.
We didn't get that far.
Right,
wow.
future episode.
Comment below if you want a JoJo episode on the when they get to stands. Take everything you know about your daddy's JoJo from the other episode 2 that we did. Throw it out the window because we're doing new things now. Also, you need to know what that is so that you can understand the Yu-Gi-Oh episode. It's all interconnected. Don't worry about it.
God.
Okay, so
Okay, Shadow's been created as a perfect being because hedgehogs are the perfect being.
Right.
Yes, he was created by Dr. Robotnik's grandfather, Dr. Robotnik,
Gerald.
as a Gerald Robotnik, in order to create an immortal life form that could control chaos, and he was going to be used as a military experiment like Mewtwo, but the love of a child, namely Maria, who is Robotnik's granddaughter, which would make her Robotnik's sister or cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
One of the two.
Uh-huh.
Maria, this is also from the movie, by the way, so I'm not going to get too far into it. It's from the 3rd Sonic movie, so spoilers for the 3rd Sonic movie, but it comes from the game. They didn't make this up.
Right.
Maria taught Shadow how to love with her childlike wonderment of the world. Often through the eyes of a child, you learn to love life yourself, probably. And so, Shadow, instead of being the ultimate killing machine, becomes the ultimate loving machine. But only as long as Maria's around. Unfortunately, Maria does not last very long.
Keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's continue. We'll make it through.
Okay, yeah. Maria contracts a disease colloquially known as space AIDS, but it is NIDS, a neuroimmune deficiency syndrome. This makes her dying. Dr. Robotnik.
Wait, hold on.
Gerald.
Wait,
no, stop, friend.
In space?
Yes.
Wait.
Doctor.
He brought his granddaughter to space.
Because he wanted to find a cure for her NIDS.
Great. Thank you.
Dr. Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik, was secretly working on the Shadow Project because he thought that by seeking immortality through this immortal being, he could cure his
Granddaughter.
However, granddaughter, you're right. However, Maria was fading away. And also, I gotta double check this. Right, stuff that doesn't get revealed until Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's fine.
Okay.
Artificial chaos, blah blah blah.
We can mush the games together. It's okay. It's fine.
They're mushing themselves together. This is just mush.
Okay. Maria and Shadow decided that they had to escape from Ark. Ark is the name of the big spaceship that they're on.
Always. That's, classic name.
So Maria puts Shadow into an escape pod, and she's like, you gotta get out of here, Shadow. They want to use you as a weapon, but you're not a weapon. I love you. And so she wants to send him away. But then the gun soldiers who were on the Ark, they shoot Maria down. So she was dying of... of AIDS.
What?
Space AIDS, but she also was killed by soldiers.
Classic ice.
Bullshit. So Shadow's like, I hate you. And she's like, forgive them, Shadow. They know not what they do.
Did Gerald not tell them to not shoot his granddaughter?
Gerald's also, I don't know where he is at this point. He I don't know. The movie. He's
like, no daughter of mine's gonna date some black hedgehog.
She's a child. She's only 12. She's like Alice in Wonderland.
That's all the more reason.
I don't know what happened to Robotnik. He's over 50 years ago. Gerald asked the president to lead Project Shadow. Fatal illness.
Left his granddaughter up there?
Slipped. Oh, Gerald's... okay. Maria was killed by the military. Gerald slipped into madness and spent his last days plotting revenge against humanity. Okay, so I guess that's where the sort of evil plots against humanity came from.
I feel like he maybe should have focused his energy on the government agency.
I agree.
Caused it, as opposed to humanity as a whole.
Well, he did, but then it's 2 generations. It gets kind of warped.
Yeah, it gets kind of muddled. But okay, fair enough.
Okay,
so he sympathetic villain.
So he turns into a villain. He tries to destroy humanity. He leaves behind these vlog journals, which his grandson, Dr. Robotnik, finds, and he's like, "Oh, Grandpappy wanted to destroy humanity. I will do what he could not. I will follow your vision, Grandpapa." So that's why he's doing all that.
Fair enough.
All right,
great.
Sure.
Yeah, love that for us. So Shadow has amnesia, also.
Love it.
But he knows that this is bad stuff. Anyway, back to the present day. Sonic's like, "Why the fuck are you trying to catch me? I'm just an innocent hedgehog. I saved the world in the last game."
Oh, are they racist?
Is
that why?
Think that Sonic is Shadow because,
quote, okay, they're racist.
They look so similar, which is crazy. Sonic is blue, but it's throughout the game they're like, "We have an APB out on a hedgehog," and they're like, "Oh, I know just the one. It must be this one, the blue blur."
Also, it's been 50 years.
Well, yeah, they've been Shadow got put on ice for a long time. He was in cryostasis, but he just recently woke up because Robotnik reawakened him to do this whole plan to use the Chaos Emeralds to bring about the end of humanity.
Yeah, what is the plan?
Who put him on ice?
Because he found his grandpappy's vlog saying we got to destroy humanity, and he's like, I'll do it, grandpappy, and I'll use the secret weapon that you created, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Shadow was put into escape pod, witnessed this child murdered.
He didn't get away though. Yeah, she died.
Officials.
She got shot by
and
the
so
government.
he just was still in the escape pod?
Yeah, they froze him because they're like, yeah.
So the government froze him. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. The government had him on ice, specifically
hence the
gun.
ice agents that we have in this day. Yeah.
The gun agents had him imprisoned. Robotnik frees him because he wants to use the Chaos Emeralds to destroy humanity. Shadow has the ability to use Chaos Control. Yep. Okay. So Sonic's like, I don't really give a shit.
I'm gonna take this part of this plane and we're gonna surf.
Yeah. Sonic is just against Robotnik's whole thing. Through sort of a rivalry, Sonic and Shadow sort of become
enemies.
This part's weird because I always thought Shadow was like a clone of Sonic, but I don't think so. I think when the government was trying to create the perfect being, this is sort of like convergent evolution theory that there like is an optimal shape of the perfect being. So I think when they tried to create the perfect being, the fastest thing alive, they're like, it's hedgehogs are just the fastest thing alive. I don't know. It just happens.
They're the most aerodynamic shape, man.
It's crazy. So again, the whole Sonic adventure is to get the Chaos Emeralds in order to stop Robotnik from doing his big evil plan.
I understand why there's so much fan fiction between Shadow and Sonic, because it sounds like it's a classic enemies to lovers like setup here. Because
also
Shadow's under Robotnik's like orders, I presume. And
then... This is also where we go back to Rouge the Bat. She was hired by Eggman to get the Master Emerald. He wants to steal the Master Emerald to power his Doomsday machine. And Rouge the Bat is like the world's greatest thief.
So Rouge is Ada Wong from Resident Evil.
Yeah, basically.
Sure.
Go listen to that episode, everybody.
Exactly. Wow, a lot of plugs in this one.
Yeah, no,
we're back, baby.
I feel like Rouge the Bat is like the point at which the Sega team or the Sonic team are just like, all right, we know what you freaks are about.
Yeah, they made her real horny. Okay, so
for the mission, I presume.
Rouge the Bat tries to steal the Master Emerald. Knuckles, always the quick thinker, shatters it with his powerful punches because he's like, I just put this shit back together. So as long as you don't have the Master Emerald and it's in a bunch of pieces, I'll just gather up the pieces like I did in the last game, put them back together. That's why Knuckles is doing the exact same shit he did in the last game, which is to collect the emerald pieces.
I will note, I wanted to see what Rouge the Bat looked like, so I typed it in my phone, and one of the first autocompletes is Rouge the Bat age. So anyone concerned.
She's an adult.
18 years old.
Yeah, you can fuck her. You're allowed to.
It's fine.
You're allowed to.
Don't worry. The Sega people, they knew what they were doing.
They were like, no more of these children, unless.
So this game's similar in that you have the different, the different
storylines converging.
Storylines.
That's actually a pretty cool structure for a game. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, sure.
That's cool.
I
like the books written that way too. They're just really fun. Like you see all the different perspectives.
Yeah, no, I'll second that. Like it was something different when I played the first Sonic Adventure game. I was like, huh, that's new. It's kind of neat.
Okay. So the ARC facility that all of this research is on also is, well, I said it's like a space station. They were doing all sorts of research on it, military research. It has on board a thing called the Eclipse Cannon, which is basically just the laser from Star Wars that blows up planets.
Great.
So, in order to power the Eclipse Cannon to destroy humanity, Robotnik needs the power of the Chaos Emeralds, because they're the only thing that has enough power to power this bad boy.
Power it, yep.
So,
because they're making that alongside Shadow, I presume.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, yeah. I mean,
we're
this is the American
multitasking.
government, right? They're like, we're
Yeah,
going to try
we got
and make
multiple projects
the
going.
perfect life form, but if that doesn't work out, we'll just put these things in a big gun.
Yes, exactly. No, gun. That's their name.
Whoa.
So Robotnik is getting the Chaos Emeralds throughout the course of the game, and finally he gets enough, and he's like, "I'm gonna show these fuckers how fucking real I am." And so he hacks the screens of every television, and he's like, "I am going to blow up the Earth unless you give me like all the Earth's money or some shit like that." I don't actually know what his demands are.
$1 million.
I don't know what his demands are, because the next thing he's like, "This is how I'm gonna show you how fucking real I am," and he aims the Eclipse cannon at the moon, and he explodes half of the moon.
There's a lot of media that like blows up the moon.
So half of the moon is just gone.
Where am I? Am I thinking Scott Pilgrim and
all
punching the moon?
All over the moon is very very iconic.
My Little Pony
Again,
has a moon situation.
Dragon Ball Z also
Dragon
does
Ball,
that.
yeah, okay.
Which is crazy. Piccolo just blows up the moon at one point. The
he
whole
does,
thing.
yeah.
It's crazy they don't talk about that more.
Whole Christian moon.
Nobody wished for the moon back at. Okay, whatever.
Maybe they did. I don't know. They're always wishing.
How come the? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
You can ask CJ. We can go for it.
So the Saiyans become big monkeys when light is reflected from a sun off of a moon thing on a planet into them. That's weird.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wukong bullshit.
As long as they have their tails.
Now you might be asking, CJ, the moon is present in other Sonic games. What the heck? Well, you fools. Robotnik only blew up half the moon. So whenever you see the moon in a Sonic game,
it's only the other half.
It's just the side that faces the Earth is still there.
Because as we know, the moon is tidally locked.
Right.
Right. We don't really see the other
just
side.
So we just turned it away like a bad Christmas tree side against the wall of the void of space, and that's the moon that we see in the night sky.
Yeah. The moon is flat.
So the moon is canonically exploded in half in the Sonic games. Fun fact.
Yep. No big repercussions though on the Earth itself.
Not as far as I can tell. No.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go through the game. Sonic obviously fights the enemies placed in front of him so that he can get to Eggman.
Are you still playing the 5 characters from the first one? Tails, Knuckles, Sonic, Big the Cat.
Big is not. Big is in the background of this game, but you do not get to play as Big the Cat. You play as Sonic and Tails and Knuckles.
Oh, it's only 3 this time.
Only in the hero's story. But Fran, you also get to play the dark story, which is the opposite side of things, where you get to play as Shadow, Eggman, and Rouge.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Their gameplay styles mimic each other. So Sonic and Shadow are running through levels. Tails and Eggman are kind of doing the like shooting gallery that the robots did in the last game. And then Knuckles and Rouge are looking for the Chaos Emerald.
I understand more why Shadow the Hedgehog games came out now for the Wii or whatever.
Yes, people really like Shadow.
People love that shit.
It's not your daddy's. Radical. Yeah, it's not your daddy's. Sonic, I guess.
Not your daddy's Hedgehog is what I'm hearing.
Anyway,
Daddy's Hedgehog.
A bunch of shit happens. There's this thing called the Bio Lizard. That's an enemy. Another like creature created a biological
speaking
weapon.
Nonsense right now.
Yeah,
it's okay.
This Sonic and Shadow use the Chaos Emeralds to become Super Sonic and Super Shadow. This happens in the movie. We all remember this. Use Chaos Control to warp the Ark back into orbit. Oh, yeah, they deorbited Ark, so it would just explode everything. Again, this is all in the movie. Just watch the movie.
Sounds like the movies were relatively faithful adaptations.
Which is crazy that they were like, this surprising. Is the thing. We should really adapt this.
Okay. So
hey, props to whatever movie studio let whatever nerd actually nerd out on the Sonic scripts.
Okay, let's talk about this quick. I'm losing losing strength. This fucking shadow thing is gonna give me agita.
I told him he was like, we're gonna come back and do another episode. We're gonna do Sonic. And I said, no, CJ, you've got to build up to something like that. You're too old. You're not in it anymore. You can't handle Sonic.
We need to practice. Okay. So, flashback to when Gerald Robotnik created Shadow. Actually, though,
okay,
there's a creature called Black Doom.
Right.
Is there?
He is a fucking hell. Okay. Black Doom came to Earth 2,000 years ago when the Black Comet passed by the Earth. He wanted to take over the Earth because he was disgusted by their pettiness and greed.
Okay. Well, Knuckles' Echidna tribe was like trying to steal Chaos's emeralds and shit, like it's not cool.
Right.
And that was 1,000 years after that, so I can only imagine what shenanigans were going on before.
He wanted to land the Black Comet to enact a prosperity ritual to enslave the population as an energy source for his armies, the Black Arms.
Okay.
Good.
I love a steerable comet.
Great that. Great.
God,
great. Love that. Okay.
Damn. So Shadow is also Sephiroth.
Okay. So
like,
Black
Wait,
Doom.
hold on.
Yeah. So Black Doom came to Earth. He wanted it. The stars were not aligned for that whole thing.
Was Black Doom a hedgehog?
No, Black Doom is
Okay.
a like cloaked demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
A proper demon. Got it.
So Black Doom sees Dr. Robotnik, the grandpa one, Gerald Robotnik. He is like
50 years ago now.
Yes, he's like,
So
this
1,500 years
guy can help me with the whole prosperity ritual
situation.
Thing.
Okay.
He says, Robotnik, I will help you create the ultimate being if you I'll help you create the ultimate being and you give me the Chaos Emeralds, which I can use to do what I want to do.
I receive the Chaos Emeralds. You receive Angry Hedgehog.
He's like, great,
and dead granddaughter.
Because this research will help me save my dying granddaughter.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yep, yeah.
This is why Shadow and the Chaos Emeralds are interlinked somehow.
Oh my god.
Also,
Black Doom.
Also, Black Doom has control over Shadow's mind. He's trying to get him to do bad things.
We all have that voice inside that
yeah.
we have to try and repress. Yeah.
We learned that Gerald Robotnik built the Eclipse Cannon to destroy the Black Comet. He wanted to stop Black Doom from taking over.
So he's trying to get some insurance policy of like, okay, Black Doom, we'll make this deal, but in the end, I'm gonna get rid of you.
Shadow forgot all this because he has amnesia caused by Gun keeping like freezing him and knocking him all around and stuff.
Right, and then like a guy with a super long sword fall down and spears right through Gerald Robotnik right before he's able to save the day with his magical super gun.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the game where we get a picture of the president, and he does have a picture of Sonic and Shadow on his desk, and he's like, "I miss you too. You'd know what to do because the world is being invaded by the Black Arms, which is the army, because they want to use the power of the Chaos Emeralds to deorbit the Black Comet into the Earth, destroying it, doing the ritual or whatever." And so,
how did we get there? Hold on.
What do you mean how? They just started doing that. At the beginning of the Shadow the Hedgehog game, it literally just like a portal opens up in the sky and a bunch of demons start
And
to
they just
pour
show
out.
up.
And then Shadow picks up an Uzi and he's like, looks like someone needs to send these demons back to hell. And then
So we're not in Sonic Adventure 2 anymore?
No, this isn't your daddy's Sonic Adventure 2. This is the cool, new, edgy Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sorry, Shadow
game.
the Hedgehog. Okay.
Sonic is
So
in it.
we've
And he's
moved.
like, huh,
Okay.
you should think about not being a dick. And he's like, I'll consider it. Because there are
Okay.
the thing about this game, Fran, instead of there being multiple people you can play as, there's multiple paths of morality that you can travel down.
Oh,
So
I love moral choices in games.
you can choose to help the Black Doom and conquer the universe.
Tempting.
You can destroy the Black Comet, which will destroy Black Doom for good. Sonic's there too. He helps you if you choose the good path. He's always there. Or there's the neutral ending. Where you help Omega the robot take over the Eggman Empire. I don't know how that changes things one way or the other, but that's a thing.
Sounds great. Let's go that one.
In one of the endings, you help Knuckles find the Master Emerald.
Wait, I thought they had it already.
Which allows you to defeat Eggman.
Sure.
Eggman's couldn't have had it again though.
Eggman's in the mix. Well, I don't know.
He loses that shit like all the time.
He's not a great
also
keeper of it.
The team
good finder.
Also, Team Chaotix is back.
Who?
So you remember Vex?
Yeah, you mentioned him, the alligator.
Yeah, his name's Vector, I guess. Sometimes people call him Vector.
I'll
he's
keep
there.
that in mind for a future child.
You can help Vector find the emerald. He'll help, I guess.
CJ,
I don't know.
I hate this. I hate this.
Anyway, you play as Shadow the Hedgehog. You shoot guns and stuff. You're fighting demons. And at the end of the game, if you succeed in the true canon ending, you use the power of the big laser to blow up the Black Comet. Shadow overcomes the mind control that Black Doom has on him. Uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to transform to Super Shadow. And obviously, Black Doom turns into a more powerful version of himself called Devil Doom. He uses the Chaos Control to...
God, it sounds more like Kirby now.
Yeah. He's using Chaos Control to... he's trying to make all the Black Comet stuff happen. Shadow's using Chaos Control to try and explode the Black Comet. You have a big fight. It's Pog.
Oh, no.
In order to get that ending, you have to get all the other endings of the game. So you have to play the game. You have to play through the game no less than 5 times.
I mean, how long is the game? Is it like a 4-hour game, or is it like
I can't imagine it being that long.
It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like 4 levels, and in each level you can choose if you want to make a good decision or a bad decision, and like the good decision will send you up, and a bad decision will send you down. So there's like a tree that you're traversing. Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, Sonic's there too, though, and he's like, "Whoa, demons! Way past cool." That's Shadow the Hedgehog. That's probably he could do his own episode if we really wanted to.
If we wanted to.
There's other games. Shadow is there sometimes as an anti-hero, but for the most part, it's just Sonic and his friends. There's
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles as like the main trio.
There's a portal that opens up between the 2D realm and the 3D realm, which allows 2D Sonic and 3D Sonic to work together to fight Robotnik. That's what Sonic Generations is.
So this is like multi-dimension stuff going on.
Yep, they're 2 separate Sonics.
All right.
Yeah.
Multiverse.
There is Sonic Colors that has some sort of intergalactic power or some shit that's like trying to...
I feel like you had I wouldn't even say 3, 2 games that you wanted to talk about. Now you're just kind of.
We can't talk about all the. We're not going to talk about Sonic Colors.
We could just not talk about it then.
We don't have to. We can talk about them at some other point.
I'm just bringing them up. I'm just letting you know that they exist. There is Sonic Frontier. That is all. It's a simulation.
There's Sonic as King Arthur.
Yeah, so I did want to bring that up.
Excuse me?
For a brief period of time, Who
are the Knights of the Round Table?
Who do you think are the Knights of the Round Table?
So,
Percival,
we didn't talk about Sonic. We didn't talk about Sonic 06, which is a shame because
we could talk about that someday.
We'll talk about that someday, maybe. Sonic 06 does introduce Silver alongside of the characters that you know and love.
Silver the Hedgehog, to be clear, for Fran.
Silver the Hedgehog.
Thank
Silver.
you. I vaguely remember the name from earlier.
He's a playable character, as well as Sonic and Shadow.
I want the lore of the racing games. Is that an option right now? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm sure there is lore.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get an Albatross?
Silver is a telekinetic. Probably some sort of science experiment. Blaze the cat shows up in the Sonic Advance games. She has pyrokinesis.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. Cream is a rabbit, as I mentioned earlier. She has a Chow companion known as Cheese.
I love it.
So I mean, these are the characters that we're dealing with here, Fran. Yeah, there is a line of Sonic games called the Storybook Sonic series. They were going to make them be a whole lot of them, and they made 2. That's as far as they got.
Great.
I mean, that they got to 2 is like twice as far as they should have gone.
There's Sonic and the Secret Rings. We didn't talk too much about this because they're not really canon. The framing is that Sonic falls asleep while he's reading books, which is crazy. I don't think Sonic reads. But Sonic falls asleep while reading books and then gets isekai'd into the stories that he's reading. So the first story is Arabian Nights. So he frees a genie.
Oh, this is how he ends up as King Arthur. Okay.
Well, yeah. So he frees
the next one, yeah.
Frees a genie. The genie wants to help him, like collect the world rings, which I saved what this is. You will never guess. So each of the world rings represents an aspect of the world or something. You'll never guess what the 7 world rings are. Is prayers, sadness, rage, hatred, joy, pleasure, and wishes. So those are
Ethan, what elements would those correspond to in our D&D campaign?
You can't keep referencing our D&D campaign, people. People don't know what that is.
I mean, you just explain the whole thing. It's fine. Change some names.
So in that one, Sonic collects the world rings.
Dom is definitely the Shadow Hedgehog.
As Ethan mentioned, there is also Sonic in the Black Knight, where he gets isekai'd into Arthurian times, and he gets summoned by a wizard named Merlina, and she's like, "Help, Sonic! I need a hero swift as the wind." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm way past cool." And he's given a talking sword, and they're like, "You gotta kill the King Arthur. He's been corrupted by evil, but he also has the scabbard of Excalibur, which makes him immortal. And so you gotta get that away from him."
That's canon, that's actual. And so, King Arthur canon.
And so he does that, and it turns out that King Arthur was actually just an illusion cast by Merlina. It was a double cross. And the Knights of the Round Table
for what reason?
Because she said that her grandfather, Merlin, failed in protecting the realm because this place, this story realm is finite. And she looks at a rose and she says, "Why do flowers bloom when it is for only such a short time?" And I'm like, is this a Sonic the Hedgehog game? What the fuck is going on here? And so she wants to create an eternal kingdom. So yeah, she uses the power of Avalon, the scabbard of uh, Excalibur, in order to do that. And then it turns out that the talking sword that Sonic got, he's fighting this like crazy Sephiroth creature that Merlina turned into, and it sunders his sword, which is sad because the sword was like talking to him, so it's like dead now. But then the sword, upon being combined with the power of the sacred blades, which are held by the Knights of the Round Table, who are in order Shadow. He's one of them. Knuckles is Sir Gawain. Knuckles is Sir Gawain. Shadow is Sir Lancelot, and
of course.
And Blaze the cat is another one. I don't remember which one she is. But they combine the power of their blades, and it turns out that Sonic's sword actually was Excalibur all along. He just needed to believe in the power of friendship, and that he used their swords to combine power into his sword, and he uses that to defeat the evil of the land. And then he wakes up. It was all a dream.
Yeah, love that.
So they made two of these games.
But he gets knighted as Sir Arthur. So
he does. So CJ, I have to ask. So these
King
two
Arthur,
games,
sorry,
these two games were dreams. They are functionally not canon because they're not things that actually happened.
Yeah.
Did Sonic canonically turn into a werehog?
All right. How could I forget? Yeah. In one of the games, Eggman traps Sonic, and he uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to curse him with lycanthropy, turning him into a werehog. Which doesn't make sense because werewolf, the were part means you're a human, and the wolf part means you're a wolf. So a werewolf means a wolf human, or human wolf. So if you're a werehog, that would just turn you into a hedgehog man, which is very scary.
To be fair, CJ, he does basically just become buffer, like larger and buffer. So he is kind of just more of a man hog now.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go too far. He also gets stretchy arms. I wasn't going to go too far into that one. In that game,
God, I forgot.
In that game, Robotnik is trying to use it's like called the Gaia Force or something like that, which is the primordial force of the earth that lies deep within. And Sonic has to restore the power of the Chaos Emeralds, because when the Chaos Emeralds zap him into a werehog, they also lose their own power. If I'm remembering, Eggman discovers these things called the Gaia manuscripts, which are ancient holy texts that describe how to bring forth Dark Gaia, which is the evil incarnation of the holy forces of the earth. But Sonic has a
prayer and wish, and
Sonic has a companion throughout this game. It turns out that this companion is good Gaia. And so Sonic needs to remerge Dark Gaia and Good Gaia, because the Earth is broken into pieces by this fracturing. And so he needs to like reassemble the Earth. And also he's a werewolf throughout the werehog throughout the whole thing.
I do want to go back to the storybook ones. I know they're not canon.
They're not canon, friend. What do you want to know?
But they've only made two. They could make more, and it sounds like it's basically doing Sonic as inserts into like public domain.
Is this a request? Are you building up to a request?
I'm just curious, what public domain IP would you boys like to see Sonic in? Like, Lovecraft is now in public domain.
Treasure Island, obviously. That would be great. Okay. Pirate Sonic?
So Sonic Treasure Island as opposed to Muppet Treasure Island.
Right.
Okay.
That would be good. You'd be like,
huh.
Long John Silver? Oh, damn.
I personally think
Long John Silver would be Shadow. That's awesome.
Perfect. See, I think it'd be fun for him to go into the 100-acre woods because Winnie the Pooh is now in public domain.
Knuckles
Kingdom
would be
Hearts
Not the
already
Disney
did
version.
that.
Yeah, now you're just talking about Kingdom Hearts. Now if he's
now you're just talking Kingdom Hearts.
No, not the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh. The actual books of Winnie the Pooh.
Sora, what are you doing here? You're gonna have to keep up.
Oh yeah!
Dang, would Sora turn into a Sonic, like into a hedgehog in the Sonic world? We're so out of time. We also couldn't even talk about Sonic. What the fuck is the name of that game? Sonic. The one where you get to make your OC.
The one where you make your OC Sonic. There's nothing to talk about with that though. Like, it's just...
They think Sonic's dead! What are you talking about? At the beginning, Sonic is killed by all his past enemies. There's Chaos is there. There's Shadow. There's another one from Sonic Colors. We didn't talk about that one. He's there. But Eggman creates a negative creature known as Infinite.
Uh-huh.
Which is also a hedgehog, because that's all they know how to make.
Well, it is the perfect being.
It is the perfect being, and he recreates all of Sonic's old enemies, and Tails watches Sonic get killed, and so Tails spirals into a madness, as Sonic is actually not killed, but is imprisoned by Eggman, and then Knuckles mounts a resistance against the Egg Empire, which has taken over the world, and you create an OC who's in charge of saving Sonic and teaming up with your good pal Sonic so that the two of you can take down the Eggman Empire. But you also have to, like, get Tails out of this, like, existential funk that he's having, because he's like, my friend Sonic, I fucking watched him die right before my eyes! He's dead, man! Nothing's gonna help us! And Knuckles is like, Tails, you have to get over it. Sonic's dead! We need to move on!
We've got OC character here now.
It's called Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Also, they have to open a portal to summon 2D Sonic because they're like, Sonic's gone. What do we do? And Tails is like, we could summon 2D Sonic from the other realm, from the previous games. Oh man, maybe if this gets enough support, we'll talk about modern Sonic. Because we've talked about 2D Sonic, and we talked about the comics, and we talked about 3D Sonic, but modern Sonic is a whole other thing. It's its whole own thing.
It's a nightmare.
Now there's Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Yeah, of course.
Man.
Yeah, you didn't even talk about the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, there's the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. God, yeah, there's just so much. There's too much to talk about.
I think we got a good encapsulation of Sonic's transition both into 3D and into pure madness. Like, it gets dark from here. Not the story doesn't get dark, but the things that it does to the human race gets dark.
Oh man. Well, that's Sonic. That's some of it. That is but a Chaos Emerald or two's worth of Sonic. But truly, to collect the whole set, we would have to go deeper. But we can't. We can't for now. We've used up all of our rings. So when you become Super Sonic in the games, you have to collect rings. The rings power you. So it's almost like, is the implication that like Super Sonic is like living life at super speed? Like every time you lose a ring because you're Supersonic, is that like a whole life's worth of experience that you're cramming into but a brief moment, and you have to keep collecting rings to keep fueling this crazy...
I think it's just Super Saiyan, my man.
I don't know if you need to get that metaphysical with it.
Yeah, I'm the one who started it, and it wasn't Sonic Team Sonic.
No, we'll get into that if we ever get back to the Infinite.
That's right. Well, wow, just like Sonic getting that big ring, so too have you reached the end of this episode. The little sign flips around, and it was Ethan's face, but now it's CJ's face, and I'm going, thank you all for listening to this episode of The Lore You Know. We're back with some stuff. A little clue as to what our plan is next. We're gonna try to get the next episode out in a timely fashion.
I don't know what we're doing. So
comment below if you know what that could possibly mean. But thanks everyone for listening. We love to have you here in our podcast, The Lore You Know. Please check out our other episodes if you haven't, and remember to like and subscribe the video so that you can get more right as it comes out. But before we go, we do want to thank our good friend Scalestorm Kitsune for doing the artwork on the channel, and for Paggio for doing the intro and outro songs, which slap. They are a sort of chemical zone level of good. Just absolute bops. Guys, if you were a Sonic character, what kind of animal would you be? What
You're just asking what our persona is, my man. That's
no, Sonic OC is different, Ethan. Don't conflate the two. Fran, I think you would be a cat, because most of the cats are girls, like Blaze.
Fair.
And big.
And big.
After
we
the
don't
transition.
I don't know if I appreciate
we don't know
that.
what Big's proclivities are, but Ethan,
I would be one of the gamma robots.
I was gonna say one of the weasels. There's weasels in it too. And of course, I would be a hedgehog. I'd be CJ.
Hedgehog.
Of course.
CJ
the hedgehog.
So signing off, it's me, CJ the hedgehog.
Me, Ethan, the gamma robot.
And I, Fran the cat.
Fran the cat. And go make your own Sonic OC and draw it and email it to us. All right.
No, don't do that.
Bye-bye.
And listen to some butt rock.
Listen to butt rock. Oh, yeah!